Hello everyone, I'm Coyote. This we're called Latrans, a Grego VTuber, and today we're playing with some more of the Roottrees are dead. Sorry about that. I was checking out the settings again. And yeah, I do want to continue. I don't think I've screwed myself over. I don't think we can screw ourselves over. We just get, how do I say this? Confused with information we always have available. Working on it. We have children. Yeah, there's a lot to still fill out. If there's one thing we can still investigate, it's this. Dynasty from Roottrees Diary. Brain 1958. The day after her grandfather Elias used Seldon's Resolutory Company at the beginning to determine the successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granda was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it so long. We're architects, preachers, and lawyers. Nobody's got time for candy. It came out down to us next gens. Bob argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the Roottrees name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Instead, he ended up going up to SAG. Okay, so we have SAG and Clancy Roottrees. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, wait. God damn it, I already have to edit it. I think it could still fit. Actually, no, I should probably write it in offspring. Okay. Not Roottrees. Firstborn son of the first born 5 is. Yeah, I'm just writing some conjecture. Okay, I'm gonna keep my mind open to both possibilities of that. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Brandon has always had very particular views when it came to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie is older than Zach, and I'm the next oldest of all. He just laughed. I never forget the quiz for Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick witted, at least with Carrie remarks countered. Maybe they wanted to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Okay, so Zach is someone who's maybe a bit more built up. I don't remember how I ended up with Elias being the second all this. Okay, Zachariah Morden. Okay, we got some stuff out of that. The following optional entries: Jacob and Kosel Sarah. Okay. I'll give you a second. Okay, we still haven't locked in Lauren. Sorry, I assume because of what they said. I feel bad for him now. Okay, that should open up some searches at least. Yeah, like this book really was the freaking jackpot. Sam Florence was writing in 1963. Harry went to his wife announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was being included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, "Why Sam? I have many sisters I've never met after all. Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother too, but I was told, trim their branches from the tree. Why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. And I'm not the only one to realize." Okay. Angie summoned all the new gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Wynn's in Paris. But the rest of us, including Miracle's boy, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's. Uncle Junior. Okay, so that's Elias Junior's. Went to Patsy last year. When I asked Sam who Sam was, Pop shows me and said it was complicated. Patsy. Okay, give me a second. Okay, Uncle Junior. Okay, so that would be... Give me a second, I'm thinking. Okay, let's look some of these names. Patricia Christensen. In Butler Country in a World War II history. He contributed to the war for acquiring parts for vehicles. Okay, steamy correspondence. What of it? Steamy bonding. Tina Angelina. Wait, no. Bye. Okay, can we look at it here? $1997. Okay. Anything on Tina Angelina? Wait, no. Historical errors, which is lyrics accompanied by the contest from the book's author. Also, I wrote it wrong. Oops. Angelina. Would Tina Angelina be Angie Mortensen? Okay. Classic is also working alongside the farmhands E.C. and John when he used to drive past the Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Sachs checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Ellie, Miracle's youngest. Probably if I had to guess. Apparently when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. Proper from terrors where Ellie certainly seems real. At the end of the day, nothing is free for an outsider has caused it into family affairs. Especially one who works on the farm of all places. Where happened to blood is thicker than syrup. Maybe because the blood is there. Clark. Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. Okay, Clark and Daniel. Sorry, I'm just doing stuff here. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? I can just use this image for Lauren. Was it that one? Yeah, it was that one. Confronting will make me a after all. Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. Where else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person could spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl. But that's because Bob forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Okay, so this should be Clancy. Okay, we're getting a direct line here almost. A direct connection. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My also seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Bob seemed to have gotten over it because Edward decided to take over his department once he retires. Okay. Okay, so Edward married someone who was probably not of white descent, if I had to say. Swashbuckle my heart. Hold on. Let's see. Swashbuckle my heart. Paris stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking the works after school. He brought that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Okay, yeah, Jacob Rafferty. Even my cousins are doing well. Saxon was president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Queen is Queen, but at least she came out of her divorce. Her extension told she might come home next year so she can meet her kids. In any other family, they all end up on the streets, even Clark Dam. Cousins, twins. This is probably Queen. Okay, Queen. Oh wait. Okay, so yeah, she does have multiple kids. Wait, I got... Where was I? Okay, yeah, these should be cousins. I don't know why this is like this. But it also said Lauren was raising twins, not David. I mean, not Lauren. Oh yeah, it goes further. Yeah, I assume this line means divorce, yep. Alright, for now let's close the book. Broad alert full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who is creating a romantic history with. To be the daughter to have been Patricia Christensen, daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Okay, patch. Patricia, who had been in her mid-20s when the letter was married to an older man of no notable status. This letter was definitely not to him. A few passages that mention a daughter linked to teenage to realize that the letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. Twisted twin that seems to walk imagery from classic literature. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was stripped from its rightful fate, and forced to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin? Wicked relative. It's something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you and pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. And to show that with all of the strength I can muster, I will fight for our children's freedom. I think it's related to this at least. Okay. Yeah, let's go with Roottrees. Information about all films that are not yet available on VHS. Not very well organized, and the search is broken. Give me a second. Ah, sorry, I just had breakfast. Gwen Roottrees is a well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. Okay, Gwen Roottrees is an actress. Or I guess an actor. Especially at the time of her heavily publicized divorce. Guys like us, she left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. A circular picture of Gwen from behind the scenes on one of her movies was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees, founder of Greek Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. We got that, and now we can use that here. I'm just thinking something. Give a second, where's Lauren? No. No. Man, this is hard. I don't know it was this kid, yeah. I thought maybe it was the But I guess the guy in the picture will be Jacob. Give me a second, I'm thinking. Okay, we still don't know anything about Rafferty Clark. Wait, no. Revant seemed to mention that he used to make music with Clark Rafferty. Okay. A single called C and J plus J released one single called These Times. Scanned the cover and noted that it cost him 200 bucks on an auction. And that was first song career. He also mentions. Okay, so J and D and C should be Clark and someone else. Diamond Sisters, okay. Nothing else was the band or the single. Yeah, give me a second. I need to look how Diamond looked again. Okay, so yeah, he had a beard and brown hair. So that should be Clark. Was he a musician? Wait, I'll give you a second. I'm so bad with these. Folk says I'm writing. It's kind of cool that we get the lyrics even if they don't really help. Yeah, it's the right picture. Yeah, looks like. Oh, wait. It does matter. Give me a second. La Rooks. Give me a second. Okay, that one is definitely Diamond. Yeah, that looks more like her. So the other girl has to be Jessica. I mean, either of these could be Jessica actually. Okay, but it's already occupied. And two of them can be occupied at the same time. Okay, I see now. There has to be more about Gwyn that we don't know. There are not yet available. Okay. Two creditors cut their hair short and put a businessman could accidentally until one of them falls in love with their client. And Harrison Lane. Just let me let's search something. Just in case. At a movie premiere. Yeah, sorry, I'm just searching. Western Frontiers. Christmas Mission. It was a war movie or World War I released in 1955 that received poor reviews and lost studio money. Did you find no additional information? Okay, so that's also a dead end. I'm positive that's Clark at least. Edward Roottrees. You must have had another job. Right. You need to think. Yeah, maybe she got a different job. I mean, that does look a lot like him. Yeah, I'm thinking, give me a second. Yeah, maybe she got a different job at some point, but I don't know. Maybe vocalist? No. I think that this will be unknown female. I need to look at the photo of the second generation again. Oh no, these are the free spirits. If I had to guess, I'd say that's probably her. Give me the side eye. Yeah, just give me a second. Oh wait, I guess that would be him, right? The one with the glasses. Let's see, maybe we search Roottrees twins. Was board a shot, okay. Yeah, I need to search more. Okay, so it's not that. Maybe swashbuckle my heart? I don't know what this will lead to. Probably nothing. What? I forgot her name. Yeah, just Roottrees, okay. Wait, no, did I read it right? Your X marks the spot. Fuck. Okay. It's a miracle. Queen. Out of the frame just fell out too. Okay, so that's Queen and then the boys. I mean, he looks older, so I'm gonna put her on the left for now. How can we find out more about maybe Queen? Fuck, Roottrees, right? Wild Bill Williams. Anyway, horror films are not. You're available. The search is broke. You can get individual present from your search engine. He appeared to be in a movie called Fortune Favors the Grape, which has yet to be released for home audiences. 4 different times at a party, and she was already aware. Is it Wild Bill Williams? Well, we don't see any Williams here, dang. Paris. Do we know any tabloids? Been around. You'll find many ads from the local movie theaters that happen to list when Roottrees naming cast. Bill. Famous Roottrees family, romance books. Her bird name Roottrees. Captures the evolution of perspective from adolescence to adulthood. Okay, many locations they personally recognize. They're more real. Clark Rafferty. Let's see, anything about... Okay. Fuck. Let's see. Angelica Morden. Zachariah Morden. Okay, maybe he would appear in that one. A small brother of Zach Morden, son of James and Gwendolyn Morden. Bingo. Okay, his voice saying... Elias entrusted me with carrying on his legacy, and that's what I plan to do. And with 5 pieces of chocolate maple products are selling incredibly well. Okay, I need to look at the picture of the first generation. Fuck, okay, yeah, I saw that. The eldest, which I'm gonna assume is probably her, then. If I got to guess, there's an actual Gwendolyn Morden down there, down here probably. Guardian, interesting. Clark. Has a short period blogs about new records. Skipped column. Okay. So we didn't really learn anything from that. Okay, we already know about Roottrees Carl. Maybe Roottrees Clancy Jr. Gwyn Roottrees. What else can I look at? Give me a second. Oh wait, I already have that picture, yeah. Okay, I'm a bit stuck right now. Okay, this has to be his son. Probably the firstborn. Scribe. I need the evidence, fuck. I wanted Ellie to send away to the left since to me he looked a lot like Bob did in the old one. Okay, so he looks a lot like Bob's. Roottrees Clancy Jr. Has to be him then. Ellie. So there's Edward and Elias. Roottrees. But there's also an Elias. Fuck. God. Okay, okay. So one of these is also Sam, which I'm gonna assume is this guy or this young man. Actually, probably this young man if I had to guess. But they will learn from Roottrees Motors. Wilkins. Tessa Roottrees. Do we know any Wilkins? I'm thinking. Right now, Kotavit Elias. It was Michael Elias Jr. The oldest son. Yeah, okay, Elias. The oldest son. I mean, we should be able to just find his picture then. He should be the guy in the middle then. There we go! Oh my god. Logged in everyone on notable Roottrees list. Okay.
You're listening to WRT.
Yeah, I really feel like I'm running into a corner right now.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour,
every hour on the 45. It's
What?
a bizarre
Oh,
development
45,
to an
yeah.
already tragic
100.
tale. In the wake of
45.
the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottrees' belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Rootree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD.
Did they steal the image for us?
That's WRTD.
Interesting. What is this? Montjoy's. The head also is have to be editing. Okay, not long before they were set to return, you heard something odd. The pair given may have been stolen from Carl's office. Okay, WRTD. It's your local investigative jazz radio station. During the news segment of 5 minutes on the hour. Yeah, because they're on 10:45, the station, I guess. Small recent hour, they also talk about a picture taken from Carl's office after your plane crash and promising to be a psychologist. Someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pirate force due to the recent storm. Someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. Possibly the culprit had an alternative agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. The Roottrees course. Okay, that's something important. Very small, very red text on a black background that says that the Roottrees are cursed. It has been very recently updated with the following. Important update. With Carl and Brenda and their girls. That makes 5 new deaths. 3 of the 5 presidents of the Roottrees family have died mysteriously. Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but no one was arrested. Ernie Marsen Jr. Now just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. This cannot be a coincidence. Okay, for now let's go to periodicals. Root pressing to take over Roottrees. Okay, that is pretty recent. Holy shit, we find the Ernie Jr. His second cousin Carp and former watchman of the year will take over. Oh no, wait, they're still talking about this guy, Ernie Jr. Since Ernie was forced to step into our president unexpectedly back then, not much was known about the man other than his full name. He has taken on a bit of a reputation as a real-life wonka, as a bit of eccentric and reclusive, opting to not be called simply Ernie Jr. and to forgo the typical luxuries of the average Rootree. He has been a shrewd businessman with an eye for sweets. Record profits. Maple crisp and by spearheading the formation of root. Learning of Brenda's Rootree. Okay, yeah, Brenda Rootree was the wife, right? Yeah. Yeah. We... I mean, that image is right, but that's the wrong name. Okay, yeah, I guess it has to be like this then. Okay, and back to the Spire Search. Claims to connect the dots in the parent 5 bar creates a Mayan Ruby school. A secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. Yeah, I don't think that's related at all. Sorry, I'm just thinking. The post before has a link to a site that talks about how it has 4 corners simultaneously 4 daytime cubes. Entry from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email from Chris Raff 75 to take down his site with fake proof that any Master Junior had her condition wasn't poisoned. The proof looks terrible. He knows the proof was fake because he signed for creating fake evidence. Brother. The first entry from has a very picture of the Roottrees Candy Company factory from behind the fence. It seems Operation RT-29 is real. And ideas by Thomas Overwood. Just in case, I'm gonna grab these, though. More conspiracy websites. Some people out there claim that the Roottrees are changing their candy recipe to include more and more chemicals. Possible to get away with nearly any crime on a leap day, brother. They're going to release the chemicals to addict people and eventually induce mind control. Approved by the FDA? Okay, I was actually gonna search for that. Okay. The Roottrees course. Oops. Mysterious Roottrees? The Roottrees behind Spirit Coda? Alright, sir. Maybe if I just search Ernie Jr. He seemed to be directly precede Carl Rootsy, even said that he was Carl's mentor. Okay, so he's dead. Yeah, but who could he have been exactly? What's this? Can we grasp anything else from these? Do we know any guy? fancy flavors, 5 for less than a year. As president of Roottrees. Okay, so yeah, he is the third Gaikut's son. In an attempt to gather more towards what that he thought was the average person wanted, Guy looked down at his own world, which was sort of aiming for others, tapping to the idea that if they added fancy flavor to 5 pieces, anyone could live like the wealthy. And to mimic caviar, 5 pieces sold less year they had in our year, saving some foreign markets. Okay. No, god damn it. No, his twin sister, when it comes to Roottrees snack, they were appeared in the companies of relevant children during the boys and girls agree era. Now Guy is taking over the company at the end of the year. There is television for the Roottrees chocolate bars. The boys and girls are often diametrically opposite when it comes to thing. Both of them are great. Roottrees their favorite. Bright red hair of the boy and girl involved. Which include television and print advertisements. All right. One of those horror redheads Guy creates his mother and father, Angie and Christopher. Yeah, the twins. Okay, both of them are married, but one of them has kids. Okay. The public, when it comes, they were appeared in the company's advertisement. Yeah. Guy's uncle and current president of the career has decided to take on early retirement and focus their work with his wife. Now that our daughters have started families of their own, Clara and I plan to reflect on our life well lived. But his family, and he's here to share them with the world. We like to think the boys and girls agree. He's ready to succeed. Okay, I need to put some stuff. We don't know who's older. Those are actually the obituaries. Patricia. Due to the crash was caused by an inherent driver who swerved. Foul play is not suspected. There were witnesses who reported a vehicle which investigated the driver was speeding between lanes and ground drivers. Fled after accident. Bingo. Sorry, guy. Sorry, give me a second. Let's see. Patricia. Bonnie Hudson. Clara Lansing. Okay, nothing there. There has to be something else we can look into. Yeah, we have to look for beyond. Zachariah to take an early. Okay. So we just saw that he had 2 daughters. Yeah, I'm just thinking a bit. We have no idea where Ernie could be in all of these. Okay, what do we have that's not locked in yet? Yeah, the Descendants of Wynn. Maybe Zachariah Roottrees. Right, more than. I didn't expect there to be anything. We don't know anything about Clark Rafferty apart from these. Jessica Rafferty. Fuck. John Montgomery coming, praise will make it big. The pure voice of kids, they were probably involved. They were great as the Lucky LaRue. Now that he's passed. Oh, great uncle, okay. some famous places and looking to release an album sometime next year. Hmm. Wait, no, it's with a. Organization for the Great Uncle. I'll look for Kim later. Jane Del Beccio, Cyrus' wedding singer. Just as a grown girl when she was Jane LaRose of the Lucky LaRose. In the event that you actually wish to hire her. Jane Del Vecchio, so she married again. Wait, ah crap. I'm getting lost in the sauce again. Diamond and Jane. Okay, yeah, Diamond and Jane. Okay, Kim. Is there a Kim Roottrees? Okay. Ah. Yeah, most recent occupation. That's what I'm searching for. Game. God. Like, it has to be something with Elias Jr. to find out about the daughter. They're backwards. Warwood to his page. Okay, let's search for Christensen Steel. You find a few mentions in the border country. Some allure birth announcement in the border country from the owner. The third of his fortune who was born in 1908. Has stopped to visit the factory. Okay, Matthias. Roottrees. Wait, oh god, David. Few times. Okay, there's something here. He went to lean on the war effort and were even commanded by the president who visited the factory in person. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess that was way too broad. Okay, let's look at this again. Okay, Patch was married. Okay, would have been her mid-20s when the river was written. Having a daughter. If not her story, Jerusalem would be the most tragic tale ever told. Okay, I think that would be Sam. Yes, I called. That this is all checked out, so that should be fine. Okay, let's look back at some of these diary pages. Dog's revolver was the loss of her husband, Jacob, yep. Cossels. I'm not sure what there's missing here. Those of Peguinas, another child complained of loneliness. Okay, yeah, 3 younger brothers. Aunt Margot. Okay, so Gwendolyn. Roottrees. Wait, no, god damn it. Margolite. God damn it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Probably a lot of these are known. Margot. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's... Let's go with whatever has the most right now. Daniel is much older. Free Spirit, what else? Kids waking up with more money to spend. Okay. Origination was never that so bad. Bring home so who will be able to marry. Okay, Edward. No, we don't know Stephanie Jones. We don't have another Jones. Where was Jones? No. Jones. Okay, we will have a Jones. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so Edward. My first published book. Okay, so Edward would be a lawyer. I think we brought a character carrying on his name. Jack's what about president? They didn't know the streets, even Clark. Sam. I've never. Granny had sister, Greg had a brother too. Okay, so is Sam a boy or a girl? Sack's office. Spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. Was complicated. Izzy and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm. When he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago. While an outsider has got it into family affairs, one who works on the farm of all places. Okay. Yeah, still no idea whether Sam is a guy or a girl. Elias Miracle Jr. Dynasty. Let's see. I don't go quite here. Randall was furious enough his son to take over as president. The architects should stay with the branch of the family. Clancy would have wanted it, but he was the one who volunteered. Wait, no, the second is Zachariah. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I remember now. Going to Zach, going to the story of Magic Candy. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn. Or even the quick-witted. Yeah, we already got that. We already read the notes. Okay. According to the liner, no it's how part of the was content remain economic inflation. Don't seem to pay attention to the lyrics. Gets much play anymore. But I don't know, it says a lot, but also that's okay. Can we find anything else? Yeah, I don't think it's that. I have grown up in a conventional way. Love is our future. CM. Maybe we should search something about Carl Jones. I know, CM. Stephanie Prime on her election. Her father. Okay, so she's a descent. Her mother Caroline. Okay, Landon. Landon. Do we? I thought we had a Landon somewhere. Sheridan Thomas. Brian. Don't have a Landon here either. Stephanie grew up. A candidate for the Brian Jones. Wait, no, cut of it. As well as small articles from 1985 about Jones' graphic and print. My father taught me everything there is to know. The coupon page. Okay, yeah, we remember that. Over the years, as well as a small article about Jones as a marketing opportunity during an interview portion. So according to the website, has been working for some time. Fancy, it even has frames. Roottrees Motors. Okay, we can find something here. Yeah, something on the Miracle Network. Miracle Network witnesses as well as the Miracle Roottrees. The doctors were here and survived the first year. Okay, the file shop here was really torn apart by countless health problems. The power of God on his side. The famous file is second vessel. Miracle Jr. spread the gospel, yep. I'm just trying to start literally editing right now. No, I meant these. Butler Summer Theater. That sounds interesting. The summer makes sense. There is our summer currently. Their website has a thank you message. The website lists credits. Posters answered by Jones Graphic and Print and choreography by November Studios. They perform plays. There are hundreds of mentions of their performances, just in reviews, remaining identical advertisement. As of this year, it mentions they have a website, okay. Back to the search. Local dance school. hardly any information available. No mention because you don't find any information. Okay, I guess that's also a boss. Wait, now God, like he... This has to connect to something. Okay, maybe we should learn more about Butler County in general. Okay, so we're the Coyo are on a small farm. We're in the Bontic. Okay. From over the years away with the Roottrees family. A video game called Roottrees Are Dead was once set in Butler Country. Oh, that's interesting. Can we search this actually? The flute knees are bred. Aha, the village of the Roottrees is rescued in a plane crash. Okay, that's kind of bad, huh? Okay, that is pretty funny. Oh yeah, we should go back to something else then. Yeah, okay. These times. No, it's not that. There's a root tree. Okay, no, it wouldn't be Watchman of the Year because we already searched for that. They all aspire to be musicians and artists. Plans to send him to the academy. Which academy exactly? Yeah, I'm just going in circles how it feels like. Maybe the Hudson twins? specific blondes he has varied for different times. And we already searched Queen to hell and back. We need to go back to the course, I feel like. No, wait. WRTD? Nobody in the family? I mean, it's just a comment. Maybe there's something else here. Nope. Interview psychologist. Fine. I mean, maybe Butler County Times has something. Nope. God. We have the 5 presidents who have died mysteriously. Guy Hudson. All place that suspected. 5 or 6 minutes before the accident. After the accident. I mean, of course, I did search there. I got over everything, but chocolate would grow up to take over the whole company. Yeah, Clara. Okay. Skull shaped like a rock. I'm just grasping onto anything that could be something. Chris Raff. Chris Rafferty. Of course not. An article mentions Ernie Jr. I could have learned about Ernie Jr. so much earlier. Goddamn. Brenda White, early 20s. Ernie is from 1986 when Carter took over. Fifth president. Okay, read the news. Maybe the Roottrees sisters. Okay. It's just a lot of these persons were never much in the news, it seems. Elias C. No. Okay, here's one for a voucher. Edit, okay, edit. Had a beautiful sugar past. Goes on tours across the United States. Where he was not well known before the scandals, okay. Whatever, I thought we had found something. No. Have appeared to count over the years. Trolley line, okay, they plan to take across. I mean, that will count as a business, got of it. Okay, maybe we can search something for these. Mm. Melon. Okay, for M. Grape for Windolin. R.E. Oh, wait. Elias. Elderberry. Clancy Edward. Melon and Miracle. Gwendolyn. Elias. Edward Clancy. Oh, Clancy Edward. Yeah, there's an easy here though. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, easy. Wait a second, there's someone called Candy. Okay. Hmm. Really? Son of James and Will Morden? Okay, not be making any changes. Of course. Okay, let's think about it for a second. What are also the 5 pieces? Thank you. How the fuck do we learn more about Gwendolyn? Does it have 2 ends? No. I mean, I can only... Do I have to assume that they were unemployed? Because of the time? I guess so. I can't find anything, so I just have to assume. Locked in the 5 pieces. Yeah, probably a few of the optional ones. Hello?
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it.
Surprised. I mean, the VTuber always is
But I
rating.
did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottrees.
No shit.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll
I need
tell
to
you
know
more
more.
in person. I'll return after 15 more
You-
blood relatives.
You didn't give me any information. How dare you? 15 more relatives. Yeah, when I look in 15 more. Do we even have 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And probably something more here. Up to 30 maybe. Yeah, the thing is, like, right now I legit cannot think about how to continue these. Like, how the fuck do I find more about Zachariah? God damn it. Yeah, I meant to go back to these. Yeah, that's not really helpful, man. Maybe just Lansing. Okay, people going by a nickname. Do we know anyone who goes by a nickname? Morgolite. Morgulite is quite an unusual name. Maybe it means something. God damn it. Alright. Oh, serious or something. First, I heard was a move as president of Roottrees in an attempt to carry tomorrow towards what he thought the organization wanted. Caviar. 5 years old that year. Okay, no, we cannot just look at the specific flavors. Oh wait, 5 pieces. Anderson Farms. Was it Anderson Farms? Was it Anderson? Okay, I might have lost the plot there. Yeah, I probably wrote it wrong. Oh yeah, I never... Never continue with these. So who could RR be? Okay, let's look for Ronald or Robert. My bad. Yeah, the clan's Frost. we can search for it somewhere. The clan's frost. We learned about it. Clan's frost being essentially impossible to get around. Family business. Not sure this is relevant. Roottrees legacy. Okay. Okay, Butler County School. I mean, yearbooks. Okay. Maybe I can search for Butler County yearbooks. No. I need to search back for Brian Jones. Yeah. Where is it? Okay, why is it telling me about yearbooks if it's not gonna let me look at the freaking yearbook? Maybe BCSC? Course out. Man, what do I need to look for here right now? Okay, story items. Marketing. Yeah, I guess the images don't tell me much. Queen and the boys. That'd be stupid if we could actually search for these. It worked. Okay, yeah, of course not. Okay, so here's when Ernie died. Okay, but this could be something. Never mind. An immense amount of pride for work you three did together. Okay. Ernie was a man full of love, not for his family or his family's legacy. Never enough for rescuing us from the panic and boredom of endless bills. Convince the trust, and there was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Okay, so Ernie and Debbie. I mean, he doesn't like being called Ernie, but that's... I think it was the fourth. Daughter. Okay, three. Carl and Brenda. The work you treated. Okay, so yeah, that includes Brenda. I have to search the name again. Okay, Marcin. Madsen Ernest. Was the former president. Yep. Madsen. No, So close to a family who had asked to remain anonymous. Okay, so who's Madsen? Gwyneth Madsen. Okay, so there's Madsen Ernest, Madsen Ernest Jr. No, that, it could be literally anyone. It's not Martin. Okay, so it cannot be here. Probably not here. Nicole is just a child. Ernest. Could be here. Not here. Probably not here. Okay, yeah, it has to be around here. You know. Fuck, I thought that was gonna be good. Car important. Second quarter. Second cousin. Okay, what was second cousin again? The same grandparents, but not the same parents. Grandparents. Okay, these are the parents. Great grand, wait, okay, grandparent. Great grandparent. Grandparent, parent. God, give me a second. I'm trying to make sense. Okay, so he's the son, father, grandparent, great grandparent. So this will be the grandparent, parent, great grandparent, parent. Great grandparent, grandparent, parent. Okay, yeah, they will be around here then. And it could be either or. Former Watchman of the Year, okay. The role of president unexpectedly about the manner than his full name. Real life Wonka, very extrovert and proceed. How to be called simply? Okay, he prefers being called Daddy Junior. To record profits. Maple Chris, okay. Okay, that's a new keyboard. A Roottrees more recent product, introduced in 1992. The website of a fan says that they came to be during the tenure of Ernie Jr. During the Super Bowl, that's crazy. Have it. God's Marriage. The article also mentions Ernie from 1996. Like to say, never appeared in the work 20 times. So Maple Chris didn't lead to anything. Okay, let's look back at Root again. Webs of a collector of clone catalogs. Carly Roottrees. God damn it. Or was it Carly and not Candy? Oops. I thought I saw Candy. Yeah, there is a Candy. God damn it. Christopher Hodson. I don't think I've searched Christopher Hodson actually. Angelica Morden. James Morden. God, I keep opening that. I feel like we need more periodicals. Windowing Roottrees. He's probably gonna appear there. Yeah, too old for the internet. I thought we could grasp something from that. The free spirits. I mean, I think I already searched it. Yep. Okay, yeah, so these are all names. Just Eloise, Eloise. Just a daughter. Okay. Oh, okay. I could have guessed from that. Every available maple farm. Section. He plans with the clan's Frost. Okay. But for a root. Okay. Watch one of here. Jim Roottrees, and also who had a young daughter. President of the Times for Head Root. Refused to fund anything other than candy. Personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. New clothes always wear the first ones did. Right now became the Carlos Coro model. And ensuing payoff. Courage of who's in the corporate world. Carl Roottrees. 1987. Seems to have left Wonder Country by the time Jim and Diamond gained notoriety. Disco charts. Its popularity Oh, that's Candy, okay. Hmm. Okay, I guess he wasn't thrilled about the name. But at least we finally, we can finally close that. The Candy. Oh, hello, reluctant hitmaker. Jim goes into his first band. Whenever it's with my cousin and his ex. So our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters, so four of us had a sort of cutesy family band that thing going on. When Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, Diamond walking on Clark, with, everything exploded, no more family band. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. More interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told rolling is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh. But I'm trying to make art, goddammit. I knew of this because for most of the decade he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. Rougher tunes. He's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. Was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player. Okay, so the father of Jim was an advertiser. Okay, let's search for this now. Yeah, okay, we did find something finally.
Yes.
Rafferty's Clark Rafferty's LaRue's advertisement firm. And you find a picture level inspiration for a famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Clark was in a department store getting a family reporter with his wife and children. And when his wife was trying to get his youngest Katrina to come down for a picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl art. Okay, so this is Clark. Wait, what? Holy shit, Clark, what happened to you? A permanent store getting a family portrait with his wife and children, but his wife was trying to get Katrina. Yeah, she looked annoyed, yeah. And this should be the other daughter. Rougher decrease. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the only person it could be. I mean, what I do here is Raffer's turn Super Bowl. Never mind. Luckily though, we can just search Raffer tunes here. Never mind. Yeah, my bad. Prodigy. What is Prodigy? It's an ISP that uses people travel information, creates them an email and simple website they can edit. Oh, let's fucking go! We're getting a lot of stuff from these. You find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1987. On Prodigy lists are as Chris Raff. Bunch of gifts that say under construction, few art pieces. Me and my fiance, Lulu. A painting I did for my first year of college that I plan to give her when we get married in May. Go Tartans. Odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled image. We had to create a piece of art about our family. Ask as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I was allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose. So I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, who seems for Yukon, and Betami's yearbook picture, who is only a child. Chris Albert has been added to your evidence by the cousins. College student, yep. Let's fucking go. That was huge. For me at least. Just one. Damn. Yeah, it would be advertising. Lulu. I'm gonna assume I think it was that one. Wait, no, David. She's blonde. Okay, we did get new evidence. Cousins are project, Bethany's your picture, and Stephanie. Okay, we're making something. Dichotomy? Dichotomy. Middle. Yeah, see, we can fix this. That looks a bit weird though. Oh, this part is upside down. The last one. Ah, okay, that one is quite interesting. Oops, I mean this one. Okay, that doesn't quite attach there. Hmm. Oops. Yeah, just give me a second to. Oops. No, I fucked up there. Whoops. No, bad dog. Just let me check if it fits here, okay? Oops. Yeah, see, we freaking got this band. Ooh. Davy, swimmer, Bethany, Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie. Inspect Krista's art project, of course. dichotomy. I mean, I didn't do it in that order actually. Okay, so she should be the one that's an only child. Alright. I think it's a good spot to end it at least. Just let me do a new entry. Davy. Debris. God damn it. Botany. God damn it, why is my grammar so bad today? And lastly, we have Stephanie. "21 out of 33. God damn. I'm getting to work. There's still much to be done. And I'm not sure what lead to follow. Alright. Thank you all for watching. This has been Huehucoyotl Latrans as a VTuber. And until next time, I'm Huehucoyotl. See you later. Have a good day. This time I won't forget to end the